Good morning, children. Today in English in class 11, we continue Mother's Day. Mrs. Fitzgerald has come to visit Annie Pearson, and Cyril was not very happy about that. And he was more angry because she called him by his first name, that is Cyril, and Cyril was very offended. Because he is not very familiar with the lady, he is not aware that Mrs. Fitzgerald and Annie Pearson have had their personalities exchanged. And he feels very offended that he has been addressed as Cyril and not as Mr. Cyril Pearson. That is what he wants to be addressed as. So that is how he walked away. Now Mrs. Fitzgerald, oh dear, what is happening? We are already aware that she's a very docile person, that she's a very nervous kind of a person, and she is very apprehensive as to what is happening because she's just seen that Cyril was very upset. Mrs. Pearson, calmly, she has maintained her composure. She says nothing much. That means nothing much has happened. Just putting them in their places. That is, that which Annie Pearson herself could not have done, she is doing it for her. So she says that I am addressing each one of them and I am able to put them in their place. They need to realize the value and worth of the lady, that is Annie Pearson. Doing what you ought to have done long since. That is, that I am only doing what you ought to have done long time back. That is, that you need to be treated well, you need to be respected, you need to be loved and cared by all of them, which they are not doing. They are all very selfish and self-centered. And finally, she says that I am putting each one in their places and they will soon understand and realize. Mrs. Fitzgerald, is George home? And Mrs. Pearson answers, yes. I have been telling him what they think of him at the club. And Mrs. Pearson is telling her friend that I have told him exactly what people feel about him, that they call him all sorts of names like Pompey Pearson, that he's a laughing stock at the club. So she says, I have conveyed all that to him. Mrs. Fitzgerald, well, they think a lot of him, don't they? And Mrs. Fitzgerald, who has the personality of Annie Pearson, she says, she also agrees with George Pearson that he is a very important personality and they do have a lot of respect for him. No, they don't. And now he knows it. And Mrs. Pearson is letting her know that actually he is a laughing stock, that people make fun of him all the time. They are ridiculing and nobody has any amount of respect for him. Oh dear, I wish you hadn't, Mrs. Fitzgerald. And now she is saying she is regretting that a friend has done that. She is feeling that naturally George Pearson would be very offended. He would feel very bad. He would get angry also. Nonsense. Doing them all a world of good. She says nothing doing. That is doing them a lot of good in the sense that now they will come to know and understand and realize. And they'll be eating out of your hand soon, you will see. And she says eating out of your hand in the sense that now they would become more responsible and they will do as you expect them to do and not ill-treat you or treat you like a doormat like they have been doing all this while. So she says you will wait, you just wait, have a little more patience and see how they treat you now. I don't think I want them eating out of my hand. She says, I really don't feel that would be the right thing to do because she is now flustered. She is nervous as to what is going to happen ahead. Mrs. Pearson impatiently. Well, whatever you want them, they'll be doing. All three of them. Mark my words, Mrs. Pearson. She says that she has put each one member of the family in their own places. So she is asking her that you just wait, have a little patience, and you will know and understand that all three of them, that is Doris, Cyril and George Pearson, they will do exactly what you wish them to, what you desire them to do. Now, George and the two ladies are sitting, Mrs. Fitzgerald and Mrs. Pearson, and now George enters and he comes and sits over there. He is very dejected, he is very disappointed, his ego has been hurt tremendously, so obviously he is not in a very good mood. And he has his pipe with him, and he now is questioning the lady. Just looked in for a minute, I suppose, Mrs. Fitzgerald. That is, he has been a little impolite out here, a little bit of rudeness can be seen, that a visitor is not asked that you are here for a short while. So what he meant to say was that that she has happened to drop in by chance to meet Annie Pearson. And Mrs. Fitzgerald answers now, well, yes, I suppose so, George. And she says, yes, I just happened to drop in by chance only, just to pay a visit to Annie Pearson. And she addressed him as George. Now, the moment she called him George by his first name, George was taken aback. And Mrs. Fitzgerald, nervously, she says, I'm sorry. He is not aware, he does not realize that what has happened between the two ladies. So obviously, he is totally unaware of the situation. He is surprised that a neighbor should call him informally by his first name. So obviously, he is very upset. Mrs. Pearson, what does it matter? So she is trying to pacify him that how does it matter? What is the matter? Your name is George, isn't it? So she says that she is trying to pacify that his name is George. So what if she has called him by his first name? Who do you think you are, Duke of Edinburgh? So what she meant to say was that he does not hold any title. He is not the Duke of Edinburgh in the sense that he is an ordinary person. His first name is George in reality. So she has called him by the first name. So it should not really matter to him so much. So obviously she is trying to pacify him so that he doesn't get more angry. George. Now he is very furious. What's he got to do with it? Just tell me that. And isn't it bad enough without her calling me George? So he is now angry and he remarks that why should he be called George by a neighbor whom he does not know very well? And obviously he is very offended. And actually he was already in a bad mood. He was already very dejected, very disappointed, very angry because Annie Pearson told him about the reality that people called him all sorts of names, called him Pompey Pearson. People laughed at him at the club and he left his wife alone every evening and went to the club alone there. So that is the reason why people made fun of him. So all that has made him extremely upset. And then further on, no tea. That is, that she did not bother to prepare any tea for him. Pompey Pearson, that is, she told him that this is what they call him at the club. This is the name that they have given him. And poor Doris has been crying her eyes out upstairs. Yes, crying her eyes out. That is, he is saying that there was no tea ready at home. What if he wished to have? Then she also told him that people called him by odd and strange names like Pompey Pearson, and people made fun of him. And to make matters worse, Doris, the daughter, was very, very distressed and very, very upset, and she has been crying the whole evening. So obviously he is not happy with the kind of atmosphere that he sees at home today. So he is upset. As it is, he was upset with the wife with Annie Pearson, because she told him the reality which he was not aware of. He had not realized it himself. He had not understood it himself. So today she told him every single thing, what people felt about him. So his ego has been hurt. He is very upset. He is furious and angry. And then On the other hand, also that there was no tea ready, and Doris has been crying the whole evening. So all that has made him extremely upset, and so the atmosphere at home is very unpleasant, and that is what he did not appreciate. That is what he did not like. Thank you.